Welcome to the most heretical stream on the internet. I give you Wooly1169.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome back for Captain of Industry. In our last stream we got Electronics 3 going, and well, it made me realize that we didn't have enough Electronics 2 being made. So we boosted that a bit, but I think we need to boost it some more. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We can also take a look at what we need to research next, and then see what else is in line, I guess. Push the right button. There we go. And so here we have Electronics 2. No, not there. Here we have Electronics 2. And every time we get 60 in storage, it goes away. So we are not producing enough. 6 times 4, 24 is nowhere near enough. We could look at the charts, Electronics 2, and see here that we are producing a steady amount. The consumption is going up and down a bit. We got to be close to breaking even, though. But it wouldn't hurt to make some more. So we could take a look at that. And then also we were doing some terraforming at the end of the last stream. And here's the progress of that. It is not quite finished yet, but we have just a bit of this corner of rock to fill in, which I'm not actually kind of worrying about. I'm mostly worrying about getting this dirt pushed all the way over here to the edge so that we can put up a shipping thingy here, hopefully. Actually, I wonder if it'll fit. Let's actually test that out. Logistics, cargo docks. Try with a 4 here, and ocean access blocked. That means it's got to go out here. Yeah, it's got to go out here somewhere. Dang it. Why does that not work? Just because you can't go either direction. It might work if we came out here a bit further. No, we can't get in there at all, so we have to put it out here. Which means that, well, I'm going to have to move it at some point in the future then. Which will be fine, but I didn't want to have to do that. So that means I need to change my plan here slightly to not fill this all in. Let's cut this all off here. And instead fill in over here. That point maybe. And then I can tweak this a bit too here. Edit this area and bring this corner in to there, but also there. And then a couple of these out. And let's do this angle here and these here. And then this one. To do this bit. And that should do okay. We should probably then also fill across here too. Like that. That means it'll be a lot faster. Where are the trains? I haven't gotten around to them yet. I have not gotten around to them yet, Enter. Welcome in, though. Good to see you. I should have long since done it. But also, I keep being like, well, I don't have things the way that I want them yet, so I don't want trains yet. But I need to put trains in. I just keep delaying it, I guess. So, let's see, what else we got to do tonight? So let's take a look at the research. Because we are way the heck over here. You don't want trains? Come on, everybody needs trains. I know it. You know the train stuff. So we can bring in the aluminum. Whatever the aluminum, the bauxite ore is here. Scrap, that's red mud. Oh, that sounds delicious. Bauxite powder, here it is. Bauxite. And make all the things down to molten, and then molten becomes the aluminum. So we can do that, and that gets us along the way here of rocket assembly. And then space station. And then once we have the space station, we can do the crude station. We also need to eventually go into nuclear reactor 2. But we can also take a look at what we haven't played with yet, which we were starting to play with data centers. last time. We could also work on medical supplies. We did do microchip production, so we can remove that. I'm not going to worry about recycling Edict 3. Chip Armor 2, we did do that. Here's the rocket stuff and that stuff we talked about. These edicts here, we can delete those from the list. And that kind of puts us where we left off. So, aluminum could be next, but we can also jump into medical supplies, nuclear reactor 2, data centers, etc. as well. So we were looking at data centers, and I think we should probably continue looking at those since that's where we left off. But we also need to be prepared to deal with aluminum pretty soon here. So that'll come there, I guess. Yeah, I guess. What's going on with the haul truck? So I also slowed the game way down. I also want to fill this part in here. Can I do that? Not with you, I can't. You over here. And then we can do this. I think I'll put it there. That. And that'll be alright. Eventually we'll push this edge out and then we'll have to redo that ship. But that'll have to be a future Wally thing. Alright, so data centers, where we left off the end of the last stream. Because that leads us toward, by the way, the internet, but also Research Lab 4. I think we'll do that and then we'll come back here and do this. And then we can move into the next phase of things before when we rebuild the research lab. So this needs the chilled water we talked about last time. We also are making servers someplace. Where do we make those at? Over here someplace? I don't remember where we made those at. They were in here somewhere. Rails, that's the whatchamacallits. Or did we set those up? Oh, here they are. Servers are here. We have a box full of them, 400 of them. I don't know if that's a good amount or not. I can't remember. So chilled water. That is water chiller, of course. Doing that part. So I think it's just down to the chilled water. Where's the chilled water at? Underwater? Underwater. Look at that. Alright, so this will take in 30 water and produce 24 chilled water. I wish this told us how much we needed. But it depends on how many server racks we have in it. So there's that. So I think we need to test it and then adjust it. I think what I'll do is maybe something like this. And then this. And this is 30 and 24, so we'll do a small pipe there. Yeah. Small pipe here. Small pipe there. And then we'll have a priority input from here. And we might need a buffer. We might need a buffer for the water output, although this should hold at least a little bit out. Well, this will be our test anyway. Let's put this near someplace where we can get water. We could pull the water out of the ocean, which might not be the worst idea, simply because then we don't have to worry about depleting our groundwater supply. Alternatively, we could put it someplace where we're not really using the groundwater, which is kind of no place right now because we're using the groundwater in most places. We're not using it excessively, but we are using it in these 3 places here. That one's actually using the least, but that's only providing, actually, we're using a fair amount of water there. Well, not a fair amount, but a fairly decent amount. So if we wanted to pull this water out of the ocean and then we'd have to do a thermal desalinator, which means we would need steam. We could do it. We do that. That's going to produce, we'll say 78 water, which is enough for 2 and a bit of these, which is fine. We need to, of course, take some of the water that we produce, though, and make it into steam, which is fine, too. And then this gets dumped back into the ocean. Let's put this over here, I think. I can steal the water from the ocean very easily here. Line this up with that. Kind of. Let's see. Maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. Plus maybe something like this. Oh, you can't connect directly to that. Balancers. Okay. So you'll come back this way and go out to ocean. You'll come this way. I misplaced that? I did. You do over by 1. And I actually want them to be closer anyways because I want to have a ramp here. So you get scooched over. You get redone. And that's actually not the right level of pipe for the input, but that's okay. Let's see. No, we can actually just run this right there. Do another bridge here. That. Go ahead and make that thing. And then you need to boil some water, ironically, to make the chilled water. Let's use a gas boiler. We'll bring in hydrogen for that. Let's see, this like that. That's how I want this. Go there with it. Yeah. You'll come out like this. I guess that should be priority. I guess. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Big smokestack here. I guess I could have done this where we can pump the water just for the test, but what are you gonna do? And then we can delete those 3 recipes to make this less messy looking. And then you'll come this way, hop over, and go in there. This needed to be upgraded. At least eventually. Actually, right now. This needs to be upgraded for future reasons. You'll be fine there, and then we just need a fluid storage here to bring in some hydrogen. And then that's got to be a larger pipe too, because for later, again, future purposes. Because you consume so many recipes. 72 to produce 48 steam. You only need 12 of it, but again, future purposes. And then that should at least get us started. We can see what we actually need and then plan accordingly. Make it so. It'll take them a bit to assemble it all. 40 electronics 3 for that. We have been saving it up, so that's good. But we're going to need to make some more electronics 2. As we have learned. Which I was planning on doing anyways, so it's probably fine. Oh no, settlement is full of trash. It's not trash. This is trash. Okay. I'm producing apparently more than I can handle. We can only handle... We can handle 144. I guess we're not trucking it out fast enough. That means that... Oh, wait. Do I not have priority on either one of these? You're grabbing, but you're not trashing. Okay, well, let's do that too. We can prioritize this a bit higher. Although this is actually gummed up too. I think it's just because this is... Yeah. Let's pause the belt output of this. Let the trash run first. I'm going to do a tweak to this to reduce less, or to prioritize this. Although I could potentially improve this as well. One way you could do it is just upgrade it. If I do that, though, then I need a bigger cooling tower and all the things. Well, let's start with letting this thing run full time. And not running this. Yeah. Okay. Also going to need some more power, nuclear power pretty soon. Let's see. What about you? Flip this. Flip that. Okay. This got done. It needs some seed water, though. That's right. I always forget about that. Allow them to deliver water here. And then we'll have to put racks in and see how much water we actually use. Alright, we're going to start getting some disease if this doesn't get dealt with soon. Consuming the equivalent of 144 trash per minute. We're not producing anywhere near that, so it's just a... Now it's just a matter of flushing it out of there. What I could do to help a little bit is I could allow them to pick up from here, and they'll at least load this thing up. Priority is still on the compacted stuff, so that's good. But at least maybe that'll help alleviate it faster. When I had a second storage of the trash just emptied out? Yeah, I could do that too, I suppose. Welcome in, Talon, by the way. How much waste is in there? Yeah. Okay, we're almost down to the safe zone now. Almost there. Come on, you can do it. Alright, we're safe now. That truck coming and picking up a huge load of it helped. Slightly. That's going to fill that up, but it won't ever run because... too full. You need some place to dump your dirt. Oh, you're done with the dirt. Okay, then in that case, let's go ahead and return to this. Like that. No, not this line. And then we can also expand that out to like here. Here. You get the idea. But also, I'm not going to excavate this dirt anymore. What to do with those excavators? I have no idea. I have no idea. Why is this not riding enough? Only doing 18, that's why. Yeah. Okay, so we need to... I think I just need to do the priority thing here. So let's take out one of these. Move this back by 1. Wait, 1? Yes, 1. Delete this. Delete that. Unity again. Transports, pipes. Let's see here. Unity that. Already input from here. And then a pipe here is, yeah. Build that, please. And then I can turn this back on. Because this should just supplement what steam is coming in from here. We always wanted to use this steam. Oh, and I didn't move the exhaust. Nope. Not the right button. There you go. Enjoy it. So you should... Fine. Just Unity build that. You should start outputting your steam, which will be prioritized underneath this one, and which will make sure that this always has 24 steam. Now we can upgrade these. If I do that, though, I need to have more space for the larger water tower here. Because if we're going to do... well, wait, we're going to do 24. 48. Yeah, so I do need the larger cooling tower here. Which means I need a bit more space. To go there. Means that tank's got to go way over there. Okay. It won't even fit there because it's hitting this pipe also. Conflicting with the input water pipe. Might be time to rebuild that then. But now I'm going to leave it alone. It might be time later. Are we doing? We emptied that out? Okay, let's turn this back off again. We'll let that get flushed out, hopefully. And then we can clean it up. Okay. So... how is this going? Did you get the water we needed? Yes, you did. Alright, so let's turn that off so we don't input any more water here. And let's put one server rack in. Oh, it's 12 servers to make one rack. Each rack adds 12 teraflops. They turn 85 kilowatts of power into 4 teraflops each. And we need 0.59 chilled water per. We're at present making 24 chilled water. We should be able to handle 24 divided by 0.59, which is about 40 server racks on one chilled water thingy. And this can only handle 48, so just slightly more than one chilled water for one data center. Weird. But okay. And these guys over here provide 8 teraflops each, costing 2 megawatts and 12 employees. But also the maintenance is an issue because these use a different kind of maintenance. So let's see, 85. It's way less power per per 4 flops, or per 8 flops rather, because it's going to be only 170 kilowatts versus 2 megawatts. It's 12 workers and 6 yellow maintenance versus 6 workers and 2.2 red maintenance. Red maintenance costs a bit more. You are yellow maintenance, you are red maintenance. So it basically just costs the better kinds of circuits. Also half as productive. Basically, okay, it's half as productive because it uses half the materials. It's basically just the difference between circuits 2, electronics 2 and electronics 3 is the difference between maintenance 2 and maintenance 3. And electronics costs a lot. Plus, we're not making enough electronics too. Yeah. Okay, well, at least we have this. Which means we could potentially shut down the computer stuffs we have. We need to make 40. Which puts us at there. Still just 6 workers. Yeah, that's definitely a better deal. As long as we can maintain the maintenance. Which I don't know if we can or not. So I'm going to pause these guys. Shut them down. But in case maintenance drops, we can turn them back on. We don't lose our chip production. While we go make more electronics too. Oof. Okay. We need to upgrade this arc furnace to the arc furnace 2. Or did I have these? Water on the left? Yeah, okay, good. Slide comes out. Wait a minute. Yeah, slide comes out. This is flipped. But if slide comes out, you can be aluminum? Yeah, or silicon rather? Aluminum. Slide comes out, but that gets put on the shared belt. This comes on the shared belt. We need coal up there, which we don't have now, which is fine. Sand we have up there, but we may or may not need to bring in our own. We'll see. Lots and lots of sand, the coal there, graphite and water input. Slide comes out, exhaust goes into the shared system. Steam comes out, water goes in. Why do you want to go over there, truck? Doesn't make any sense. Why? What is for you over there? You have nothing in your inventory. You're drunk, truck. I think we kind of just take this up there with us and add it on to up here. See how this plays out. We only need one of these. Let's see. Sand is here. Could potentially use the same one. We're using tiny amounts here. At most 12. Here we're using 96 though. And then we also have this one now that's going to want 96 more. That's a lot of sand. We might want to do an upgrade here. The larger storage. But also, then it's probably better to have trains, which I want to take this mountain down before we do trains. So, just going to have to get by with it, I guess. Not a scrap recipe for this. Not at all. Coal's got to come in. Let's see. So if we took this that way, we have graphite there. We have slag here. We bring coal in on the ground and put it in. Water's there. Steam is there. Exhaust is there. And then the output becomes 72 molten silicon. Which goes into the silicon reactor, which needs hydrogen. We need 4 of these. There's no upgrade for these, apparently. We'll do something like that, I guess. That'll go into a silicon storage, and then we need to bring other stuff in to make the electronics. Glass, copper, plastic, rubber. We could potentially belt the glass and the copper over to save ourselves the headache from that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll have an output of polysilicon here that can get picked up to make into silicon wafers as well then. Or we could keep these being made here and bring the poly down. Problem is I don't really want to belt or truck all that poly. Already trucking enough. We'll need to double this again, though, so we should come up with a little bit better design. We're going to do this. We could belt those 3 items together and just bring in the plastic and the rubber. We can do it over here, even. We have glass and copper there, and we'll have the output for these here. Let's see about that. This is silicon poly. Pick upable. This could get backed up into that area. These are 18 a piece, so Mark 1 belt should be fine. This could get brought back a bit, I think. Let's see. This would have to go... something like this. But how much hydrogen do you need? 4 each, okay. But we'd have to do maybe some shenanigans here because these guys being the way they are. Which we could just do like that, I suppose. I can't put them next to each other. We could do that. Make them symmetrical this way. Whichever direction it runs. I don't know if I'll bring it. I probably should bring it on this side, actually. Given the way that that works, that looks. Let's take out that and that. And let's take you. You're not in the right spot. You're up by 1 too far here. And these could be closer together. Yeah, they could be closer together. Do this. And there? No, actually it's got to be there. Yeah, it was right before. Okay. But this could be over that way by some more. Depends, but yeah. Water. Okay. This goes here like that. Yeah, I think bringing hydrogen in from this side is better. So let's flip these pipes. Flippity. 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 You go, we'll do like a little bit of space like that, maybe. This can go down here and just a little bit past for reasons. This comes up to there, just like that. Delete that. Now we got the junction there. Bring in coal here someplace. And we bring in hydrogen. For now. You get split, but you're also going to need to get upgraded. U-shape lift. Like that. Get that out. You can scooch over. You can scooch over again. Right there, perfect. This gets upgraded that I almost just forgot about already. This gets upgraded too, and you can do that whenever you feel like it. And you need 24 coal. Cut off your shortcut here, sorry. And then this was like 11 times 3, which is 33. So we're still plenty good on graphene. And then the slag belt is over here. That turns around and gets lifted. This was 36, so that's fine as a U-shape 1. But I'm going to extend this belt here. There. Backwards. And then we come out from here with the belt 1. Attach it into that one. Get rid of that. Pipes. Alright, so that's the input side. Here on the output side, oh, that's not at all what I wanted. Thank you. You go just a bit beyond that. Yeah. There. You can do this. You got to be reversed. And we can delete this one. And that way that can make a jump up if we need it later. And then the steam is at that level and past. Flip. Then we output like this. Like that. And then this hydrogen comes in from there. Actually, that's kind of perfect. Keep it down low, I guess. And then jump up to meet, like that. Okay, make it so. That'll get us the poly going. And then in the meantime... Stop. In the meantime, we can figure out what we're going to do about this. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely got to get fixed. We need to double this whole thing. We need to eventually have... We could use the upgraded assemblers for this. If we did assemblers 4, we could get 12 out of each one. But that will cost us 3 teraflops each. More power, but less workers. And also yellow maintenance. Is there a problem with red maintenance? There might be. You may have to switch back to the other computing. No, it's okay. It just didn't. It's just waiting to tick the production. Because we're not using so much, we don't have that much sort of storage for it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Well, I answered my own question without even thinking about answering it. Here, with these guys. I know what I can do with them. I can start clearing this mountain so we can actually bring in trains. Let's see, you're probably not linked to the right places, though. We definitely don't want import routes for you. Yeah, I shouldn't have copied that one. Let's copy this one instead. You don't need the import routes still, but you do need the export routes to dump dirt here, mixed stuff there, and rock over there, and we can actually even add in this one as well, or ballistic rock. But we could also have your own sorter here. What is your problem again? This. Why are you complaining so much? Yes, no. No. No, no, no. Delete this. That one's still going. Okay. Alright, so if we did this here, this would be good. We could probably have a sorting system up here for this, but I think this will be okay for now. Let's pretend we're only going this far. Although we're probably going to go more to the right, or more to the left, eventually. That's going to eventually need to be ignored for copper. Perfect. There. There. Okay. That'll get us started anyway. And then I need a couple of excavators here. And it was 6 trucks. And you are no longer this, but you are... I think I don't have one with that name. Already. Just start with this bit here. Take that mountain down. Although we will dig down one layer so we can cover it with dirt. But for now, let's dig straight across. Okay, gold's going very well. right, so let's do I want to use assemblies 4 here? Well, by making these assembly 4 and producing more of these electronics, will it be capable of producing more of these? Although we're doing pretty well on that. These are buffering up pretty nicely, and these are actually building up here too. Let's stick with the 3s. Guess? Yeah, I guess. The only other option is to make this stuff where we need it instead of making one big generic place. I don't know that I want to do that either. These are used in what? All kinds of shit. Yeah. So we need 8 of these. Let's see, come down here and sketch. 8 of these. And that means we need to have 4 of each of these. Means probably grouping them together by type. Some way. Since, like, these need the rubber, so they should be together. These need the glass and the plastic, so they should be together, kind of thing. We also bring in the polysilicon here, which is 8 times 6, or 48. These are making 18 a piece. It's 72 in total. Yeah. And we're using a tiny amount here. We're using 6 times 2 divided by 4. 3. Of those, which means we're using 3 times 4, 12 of this. Actually, it's more than I thought it was. And then the only other thing that uses polysilicon is solar panels. And we're not making hardly any of those right now. That's it forever. So this is okay. I think the gamers overexpand their horizons and try new things. What gamers? Also, welcome in, Addicted. But I'm going to belt this and that over. Bring in the plastic. Bring in the rubber. How do I want... I guess to combine all these together and then circle them back around again. And then do the same for the electronics, maybe the other way. That would work okay. So if we bring in the... what do we need again? 6 times 8 is 48. Okay. Flat conveyor 1. This will be where the silicon comes in. Here. Flat lift on these guys. They can be at level 2. And then flat lift again. These guys, they can be at level 3. All gamers never understood how gamers of the world can stomach playing the same genre game for all eternity. You get bored playing the same thing over and over again. I don't know what to tell you about that. Do these here. Flip though. And then we do these. I'm just going to ignore those haul trucks there. And then I can just copy this to all of these. I don't know how I did that either, but it's okay. Actually, I know how I did it because I put it in the wrong damn spot. Goes here someplace. I don't know which direction it's going to come in from yet, so we won't connect that up yet. These guys can scooch up. That far away. Yes. Because they'll go this way, they'll turn around and they'll come back. And you'll go this way, you'll turn around and come back. Down here, we have a belt for copper coming in. That'll be a straight input belt from wherever. Same thing with glass. Copper should probably be on the bottom. So that'll come in across here like this. Also, the reason copper should be on the bottom is because it touches all of them. And then glass will come in the same direction as copper does. And we'll touch those 4. And then plastic also does the same thing from somewhere. And then we also have here rubber coming in from this direction. And I think that'll work out okay. Let's see, we have input height 2 on glass and rubber. And we have input height 3 on plastic. That. I actually can do, let's see, you are going to produce 12 times 4, which is 48. You're producing 24 times 4, which is 72. No, 96. Hoping someday I'll give DSP another look. But you're kind of contradicting your own point there. Because, I mean, that's just another factory game. So, is it that you don't want gamers to play factory games or game genres that they always play, or is it that you want gamers to play games that you want them to play? 5, 6. Oh shoot, I should have done the bottom belt first. Oh shit. Take a copy of this real quick. I'll leave it there, but I think what I want to do is put this kind of like this, which means that the poly, the glass, and the copper will all come in from over there, so I'm okay. Yeah. This will be the poly input, so now we need to connect all these poly input belts. Suck a bit. Sucks a bit. Feel like gamers experience everything. Well, a lot of us have, and don't like certain genres, so we never play those genres again, or at least not very often. I mean, for example, did you know that I used to play Fortnite? Because I did. I played it for... Shit, this is not going to be good either. He was okay. Oh, I need another space here. Damn it. Okay. That's fine. You can add another space, just like this. I played it for... I don't know how long it was. Half a year or something. Yep. I had a friend who was really, really into it. Still have the friend, and he's still kind of really into those types of games. And I wanted to game with him and some other people he knew, some friends he introduced me to, basically. And so I played Fortnite for a while. I didn't really like it, particularly, but I liked the camaraderie. So I played the game. Might even played it for closer to a year. I can't remember. Either way. Played it for a while. That'll work. The poly will come in here. The plastic and the the glass and the copper will come in here. So this one can end here, that's fine. This one can end here, that's fine. This one can also end here, that's fine too. Need to do the same thing here for copper that I screwed up. That'll go into there. Here we go, loop-de-loo. That's fine. Oh, no, that's not good. And I didn't do any math on this, so we might have to upgrade all these damn belts after we're splitting them. Shit. Right. Thinking about picking up the Anno games? I haven't played Anno in a very long time. Calidorn's been trying to get me to play 1800. I haven't gotten around to it yet. So we need 3 times 8... No, 3 times 4 plus 24 times 4 plastic or copper. So this needs upgrading. What I'm going to do here is do this again. Upgrade that. This. Yeah, I should have done this before I put all the connector belts in. I'm just an idiot, that's all. It happens. Like that. Delete that little stub there. I also need... I deleted the wrong stub here. 6 times 4 rubber, that's 24, that's fine. When I play any AoE games anymore, did I fall out? Yeah, that last DLC for Age of Empires 2 burned me. I was not a fan of it. So, I'd probably play them again sometime, but it burned me enough that I don't really feel like doing it again for a while. Let's see, this here is 6 times 4 plastic, that's fine. 6 times 4 glass, that's fine too. Up here we have the fan made scenarios, yeah. We have... Oh shoot, we didn't make... Missing something. No, we're not. No, we're not. We made those. We have 12 times 4, which is 48. That's fine. 6 times 8 is 48. That's good. We have 24 times 4, which is 96. These all need upgrading too. Let's just do I to improve. Do. Yeah. And then that's 12 times 8, which is 96 as well. Okay. And then we output all that crap into one place. I kind of feel like there was a mistake by the devs. They were okay for what they were, but some of them felt far-fetched. Yeah, I don't know if I would use the word far-fetched, but yeah. Let's take this with us. I'm going to copy it, not cut it. And we'll put it up here. Somewhere in the vicinity of this. Let's go. There. Mess with these trucks a bit. There we go. There. And you can go over here. Nope, I did that in the wrong spot. Okay, flip that. We need to move this whole thing one to the right. We're going to go to buy and play Astro Colony, but they added the combat. Yeah, they killed your interest. Yeah. Yep, same. How much of this crap do we need? 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, good. Mark 1 belt there. Mark 1 belt there. You know what I'm going to do here before we get too far out of the way? I'm going to allow drop-offs here. I'm going to break this. Fascination with having combat in factory games? I thought you liked Satisfactory and stuff like that. Let's see. No. Let's do this on the ground. How much copper do we need again? Mark II belt. Blast, though, can be slow belt. 24 times 4 is 96 plus 4 times 3. Yeah. 108. Okay, yeah, let's do this on the ground, and let's put in a truck ramp wherever we do this. This goes... here. Gotta get lifted. Maybe I should put those further apart. No, it'll be fine. Go there. No, I need to go further apart. I want to go 2 more spaces over. That. Actually, maybe I want even more. No, it's fine. Go ahead and make that so, please. We'll connect this here. Nope. That's better. Combat in Satisfactory feels straightforward and not overly complicated, and you can turn it off. Yeah. You can turn the combat off in a lot of those games. Do this. Come back this way. Take the glass here and stop right there. And then I need a lift to the second height here. That. And then you go in there. And then copper. I'm gonna put another ramp here, I think, just because I'm gonna probably need it. Go like there with a ramp. Make it so. And then we need to have a faster belt for this. There. There. And then you go underneath here. That one. Okay. And then plastic and rubber. And I think I'm going to actually put them here. Which means I need to reverse these plastic belts here. Take this out. And go back this way. That, but the other way around. Okay. Plastic and rubber are both flat packs. Let's see. Can't go there. Gotta come back here. It's fine. You can be deleted, by the way, that little stub there. Let's see. Rubber is on level 2. Plastic is on level 3. You're plastic. You're rubber. Hey Mark, we're expanding circuits 2, or electronics 2, so that we can then do more electronics 3, or so we're not starving on our electronics 3 build. Plug into there, please. We did test the data center a little bit, so I can go show you that if you're interested in a bit. Let's go ahead and make this, and we got to do the output yet, but I'll do that yet. I think I'm just gonna have it all run together this way. We're making 6 times 8, which is 48, so that's perfectly fine. And you should eventually starve out down here of these things, which you have. Good. Good. This is output all of its stuff. You guys have not used it evenly. Let's, shit. Give me one more truckload of sand, please. Somebody. Get me somebody while I'm waiting. Is that you? Good. That off. As soon as this one... Actually, pause that one for a second. Pause that one too. No, that doesn't work. See how this goes. Pause there. Yes. Yes. Flip this. Yes. Unpause that. Unpause that. I turned off the sand, so this will run out of molten in a moment. This should be importing. I forgot. Not enough workers. Oh, shoot. Uh-huh. Disable some of these. That'll do for now. Batman, welcome in. Thanks for claiming first. Nobody else did. Alright, so you should be done now. Yes, you are. You should be done now. Yes, you are. Delete that. Delete this stuff here. This here, that there. You can delete that one too. We're going to have some... pipe shenanigans going on here, I think. Where's that guy? This one's empty now. Delete that. Delete this. Let's see, and then I do this thing here. And you need to do that, please. And this should make this just enough. Just enough. I love it when a plan comes together. Drain that, please. Flip this around. This will help. We're gonna waste a whole 2 hydrogen here. Oh no! That goes there. This goes here. This gets deleted some more. cooks are a little bit pissed off right now. It's okay. Oh, I came down here for a reason. And that reason was, we can do a couple things. We can get rid of this now. Need to borrow this. Oof and on. Since when do you have a plan? Almost never, actually. How'd you know? We'll do this. Oh, that works nicely there. We'll delete that little stub because I don't need it. Oops. And it's 48, so we can do flat one. Also, we can probably go ahead and make it so. One of each of those, two of those, that's even numbers. And then we can just do another one of these, another one of those, and a couple more of those. We kind of just keep scaling up as we get rid of worker smells. Where it helped with the weather wouldn't go from low 50s to 62 in storming. Yuck. Alright, everybody's working though. That's good. Oh, I can make this also. Except you. Oh, I missed a spot. Missed a spot. There we go. Weather's gonna weather, whether you like it or not. Maybe I shouldn't do all of that just yet. Although it's pretty deep, let's just take the risk. Worst case, we get some copper out of there. We gotta deal with it. And you still need this done. Alright, let's, not yet, actually. Pretty soon, but not yet. Tear the mountain down, yes. Alright, here comes the silicon now. And we're alive. There we go. Take it a little bit to seed that belt, but that's okay. These take 8 workers apiece, so I don't quite have enough workers to do another set, because I need to do 4 at a time. But that's okay, because we're just going to start shutting this down. So let's start with turning this off so that we don't receive any more here. And actually, I'll even do that so that they don't bring any more anymore. Although they might have then taken it there. We'll see. Do that instead, and then I can just keep this active. I'm going to say be nice and say shark. Need to be able to pick that up, actually. Iron sorting plant is full due to output of rock. Rock on. All right. I can do about you. Alright, shark hat. Let's see. How you doing, Jonathan? I think I have fruit being fertilized here. Not there. Yeah, let's turn that down again. They're making too much fruit. Sand sorter is full due to rock output. Are we full over here? No. Dump here. Fine. Plenty to dump there. Plenty of room to dump there. Trucks are too busy. That's the problem. We need to shut some more of this down over here so we can move our workers over. This is all done. Okay, delete, 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 delete. Delete. Delete, delete. There we go. Unpause. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Make it so. Alrighty. Guess we should probably make some more trucks. Well, there are some idols. Maybe not. This stuff all is deleting, so it's just a matter of unloading it. That's fine. Same with you. I never deleted you. There we go. Alright. Excellent. How deep am I going here with the sand? Oh yeah, we're going all the way there. That's as far as we're going with this this re-excavation of sand. We need to dig down when we get there, because we still have this. Let's turn off those. We still have a bit to dig out there, but that's how deep that's how far we're going over. I'm not gonna dig. I don't think I want to bother digging out the sand underneath here. We could do it. I don't know if that I want to bother. At least we won't bother for a while. I did have to go down another level on the iron here, though. And there are these little, like, iron stains, but it's not enough to count because there's not a little bar. We could scoop it out, but I don't think we'll get much out of it. So it may not be worth it. Let's do this, by the way. And allow pickup here. And we're doing much better on that now that we're prioritizing, but we still need to be able to deal with this rebuild at some point, I think. This looks like it's going okay. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. We'll rebuild it when we need more. We need a lot, because we need a lot more eventually, but I think that's okay for now. So with those things done, let's go back into the tech tree here. We have the internet, which is an internet module, connects the settlement to the cloud, which costs computing. Well, that's going to make them happier, I assume, right? Let's see, we did this. We did those. We unlocked this thing. We did everything here. Guess we can plug them into the internet. Let's put it over here next to electricity because it's as essential as electricity. There. I don't know how much cloud computing is going to take. Holy crap, we're not doing this yet. 152 teraflops. Yeah, we're not doing that yet. That's 152. Divided by 4. That's 38 server racks. And that would basically fill this data center up and would use a crap ton of power. Yeah, I'm not doing that yet. Because I don't think we have the maintenance for that. Because this costs more maintenance, right? Yeah. We don't have the maintenance for that, so I don't want to do that. Not yet, anyway. Later. We'll use the internet later. It's dial-up for you people. BBS is for you people. But Mark, if you're still looking, there's our new data center. We have chilled water for the cooling. Yeah, data center. And we'll end up with several of these by the end for sure, but I don't want to do a bunch of it yet. We should probably build this out pretty soon. This is producing how much power again? 15 times 4. 60. Yeah. And we're also using this, which is producing about 6. We're actually using a decent amount, though, of the hydrogen power over here. Are we? Actually, we're not at the moment. Yeah, we're not at the moment. Power just came down. Okay. This should hopefully be... It is. Okay, good. Hopefully be packing up, and it is. It's great. This should be filling up in a moment. Yes, it is. That's great. These guys are going nicely. We'll want to make a copy of this at some point and make more electronics. At the moment, we actually have a decent backup of microchips. So I don't think I even need that much of a buffer. I think I only really needed like maybe a few dozen, like 4 dozen or so maybe, but it's fine. Don't care. So let's take a look at the next thing then. So we're gonna wait. We did all of these. We're gonna wait and do this after we get this stuff all unlocked. We only have one more to unlock, but after we get this unlocked, we could start on aluminum. We can also go to medical supplies, which needs here it is. Antibiotics, we need sugar, ammonia, and oxygen. We make antibiotics, and then we mix that with the medical supplies we're making in order to make more better medical supplies. But we could do that, but what I want to do then is do this. Which, where did those go? Did they go here? They did. Okay. Holy crap, I got a lot of stuff here. Oh, I forgot PCBs. I need to import the PCBs here. Oh, shoot. Let's use guys. Yeah. Give me a flat pack box here. PCBs, I need to get rid of them. Otherwise I'll never... I could delete them, I guess. But I'd rather not. Let's do this. Nope, that. Yes. Do this, and we'll just cheese these in here nicely like that. Make this so. And those PCBs that are in storage will get brought in there. They'll get used eventually. And then we'll move on with our lives. Production parts 2. And then, yeah, that's got to get used. But it'll get used eventually. Sand control tower needs work done here. Let's do that this way. Do another row here. Another block here. That. Let's do it one block at a time. Left or right. Doesn't matter. Although I should probably come over here a bit. And edge up against these guys so that when these guys get here, we are ready to go. But we'll do one side and then we'll do the other side and we'll be fine. You're still waiting? Yeah, you're still unloading that. All right. And what's your problem? Aha. Cover, please. Who's the other one? The other fuel truck. All right, that's fine. So what was I talking about again? Well, these take 16 in to produce 16 out. How much are we making here? 12s, because of course they go off book. All right. We're going to do a rebuild of that anyways. It's part of this, so we'll be fine, I guess. So let's look at aluminum then. We're going to ship in the aluminum, the bauxite rather, so we'll have to go mining for that. That's going to take crushing to then be used in a chemical plant with some brine to make hydrated alumina and red mud. Red mud mixes with seawater and limestone to make slag, or with acid and limestone to make slag and crushed iron ore. Interesting. Interesting. The hydrated alumina is mixed with fuel gas. It means we need to output our fuel gas. We're not currently doing that. And makes alumina and carbon dioxide. Or mixed with hydrogen. Okay, we'll just use hydrogen then. Which makes alumina and steam. Depleted steam. We can use the depleted steam for something maybe in the process here. Oof. And then the alumina gets mixed with graphite to make molten aluminum and carbon dioxide, which we will then, of course, recycle. There's also carbon dioxide. No, there's steam here. And then the molten aluminum becomes aluminum. You can also take aluminum scrap and graphite to make molten aluminum, so we'll do that too. And then if we have scrap, we can of course compact it. We can also dump the red mud for pollution, but I would rather not do that if we can avoid it. So let's do this iron ore crushed thing, because why the heck not? We have plenty of acid, so why the heck not? I think we're wasting sulfur still. Let's just do this. Let's set this up, or start doodling this and design it kind of in reverse. We might as well use this area here that we filled in with dirt, because why the heck not? And let's go to smelting, aluminum. And the last thing we want is the caster, of course. Level 2, yep. That is going to be just the aluminum recipe. That brings in the molten, which comes out of the aluminum cell. Holy crap, that's a big one. You produce 24, you consume 24. That's great. That needs the alumina. That. Alumina to sapphire wafers. Fancy. We can also make chemical fuel with the aluminum. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. Hydrated alumina. I just want regular alumina. Was that the settling tank? No. Where the hell is that made? Here? Here, in the rotary kiln. We'll definitely use the gas rotary kiln for this. This one. You need 24, you make 24. Perfect. 36 hydrated. That was at the chemical plant, right? Yes. That's one chemical plant 2 for that. We can also do 2 chemical plants 1. No, we can't make it into 1 at all. All right. And that'll be this one. That takes in 72 of the bauxite powder, which will make, I think we can get out of one of these. Exactly, right? Yeah, 72, it becomes 72. Same ratio as the, or same, whatever, as the uranium is. The other ones are much faster. Okay, so that takes care of you. We'll get some brine in here one way or the other. I'm thinking maybe we can do... salinator? How much brine do we need? 24. Well, I'm going to have... No, why don't we just do a evaporated heat? Evaporation pond. Yeah, let's just do that. Why would I do anything other than that? I mean, we're going to have some steam coming out, but You can turn that into fuel or into something. I want to have both recipes just in case there's too much crushed iron. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I said it out loud, but I didn't say it out loud. I thought it, but I didn't say it out loud. That's the words. Yes. I'm going to have that as a backup. Just like we're doing with the stuff with like maintenance where it does the backup. We'll do the same for the red mud, wherever the heck that was. Settling tank? Yeah, settling tank. We're going to do both this one and that one just in case we can't get rid of the iron ore. Crushed iron ore. We'll make more slag that way, which isn't great, but what are you going to do? That makes 18, or it takes 18. This is 36, so we need 2 of these. And that's going to need... Oh, these are backwards. 2 of these. Going to need either acid or seawater, which we have 2 inputs, so that's great. Wait. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't. We only have 1 input, so we have to do some pipe shenanigans there. Yuck. Yuck. How the hell do we do that without building extra buildings? Because if I pipe in the acid, it's not the acid that's the problem, it's the output stuff. So the acid's not gonna necessarily run out. So then we're gonna never get any seawater in. So I think I'm just going to have to risk it. Oops. And just know that if we aren't making iron, then we aren't making aluminum. Okay. That I'll probably do a flip on that of some kind. This needs this recipe, which is 24, which is perfect. Scoot you over. I can move you down here then. Like, this. Goes in there. Hydrogen's got to come in here somewhere. This mud goes this way. Acid comes in. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Hydrogen comes in some way. That goes into there. Graphite comes in some way. Carbon dioxide gets turned into, what are we doing with the carbon dioxide again? Oh, make it into graphite. Right. How much graphite do you produce, or do you consume? 6, and you produce 18 carbon dioxide, which makes hardly any graphite. But .75 graphite. But we should still recycle it if we can, because that means we just need a little bit less graphite coming in there. I think that's probably better. This should be able to just plug directly in like that. Now we're making 24 aluminum. Is that a lot of aluminum, or should this be doubled eventually? I'm guessing it should be doubled eventually. Just going on a limb here. Also, this is backwards. Let's see. Oh, then I can do that. Oh, I can't. Can do. That's fine. Don't get all pedantic while I... wait, that's 2 spaces? Yeah, we can go up by 1. You can go up by 1. Better. Okay. So, we need to have a, cargo dock. Do a 4-banger here. It's fine for now. And I'm going to put it there. There. I think there is better. How much aluminum is enough for now? You use 8. Use 1 per composite panel. Space station needs 8 composite panels to make 4 cores, which then make, with solar panels and chemical fuel, which we need more aluminum for that, to make 2 station parts. Or 8. Chemical fuel is where? That needs 8 more to make 8 chemical fuel. So we can reliably make 16 composite panels. Do we have enough to make the chemical fuel? Where did chemical fuel get unlocked? Was it here? I have no idea where that got unlocked at. I guess, no, it isn't here because there's not a recipe for it listed here anywhere. Huh. Does it tell you what tech unlocked a thing? No. Oh, there's an assembly 5 too? And we can make gold station parts there. Okay. Is that you? No, that's not you. Yeah, so if we make 16 of these, whether we do it in 2 assembly 3s or 1 assembly 4, I think I'll do 2 assembly 3s simply because then I can upgrade it and double it by just upgrading the machine sometime later. Then I can do 2 assembly 3s of these also, which needs some more steel, which those already needed steel, so that's one thing. Plastic in, electronics 2 in makes these, and then those get plugged directly into this. Make 4 of these station parts per. We'll probably need to improve our solar panels, but that's okay. Our solar cells, rather. That's okay. So I think we're okay with 24 for now. We'll almost certainly want to increase it later, but at that point, we're going to want to move this all anyways, so that'll be fine. So I think I want to flip this whole thing. Like this. And put it over here someplace. Means we're not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and connect this up. T. UR72, so we need a U-shaped 2 on this. You're pipe 1. You've got 36 of this coming out. How does that come out as? U-shape. U-shape 1. I want 2 spaces there. Yes, I do, because I have 2 pipe connectors here. That's fine. Unless... Yes. Flip this guy there. Means I can actually plug this in directly. If I wanted to. And I want to. The hydrogen I just bring in from maybe down here or something, or I can loop it around, even bring it in up on top. These guys could be closer then. Which doesn't really matter, but also why the heck not? Let's see. Maybe not that close. Maybe that close? Nope, gotta be one further away this way. Limestone can come in here. We need 2 of it. All right, we'll just do a little tail there for now. Then we can fix that later. get to that point. Let's see. Acid will also come in from this side. Let's do pipe here. Up 1. Go this way and into here. Like that. And then you can go into here. That. And then acid can come in this way. And that was fine either way. And that way. Acid will come in over here, as well as limestone. Hydrogen will come in maybe from up here. Maybe they'll all come in from up here, but one at a time. Oh, I forgot about this part. Let's do... Or just leave it like that, I guess. Yeah, just leave it like that. We'll do one of them on the ground and one of them on a lift. Yeah, let's put slag on the lift. That. And then we'll put the stuff on the ground there. The slag will be 16. That'll be 4, so we're fine. 24 acid, that's fine too. This guy... We have steam coming out of here. Probably just going to vent it, actually, because it's not that much. It's 12 depleted steam. Can't be used for power. Can't be used for anything else. Except we could have used it to make brine, but then we'd have a bunch of water left over anyway, so we'd want to vent. So let's just vent this steam in a smokestack. We just need a small one because it's less than 60. Yeah. And I'm just going to put it right in there. It's not worth futzing with. Go, my friend. But that's fine. This is 36 of those. Mark 1. That'll come in. We'll do that with something. Chemical plant. Level 1. I could do something like this with it, I guess. Wait. Can't do that with a level 1? Or is that not a chemical plant? Yeah. Not a level 1. That's too bad. How much carbon dioxide is at 18? Is it worth it? I don't know. Nope. Is it worth 400 kilowatts of power to save 18 divided by 4 pollution? Or should I just vent it? Screw it, I'm just going to vent it. And to save 0.75 per minute graphite. Just going to vent it. Give me another one of these. Vent it. I always change my mind later, but yeah. Goes there. Kind of a long, skinny, annoying thing, but what are you going to do? Nearly done with that rock. How are we doing over here with this rock? Rocking on. We need to manage this pretty soon. Leave that. Let's do 4 more of these. That. And I'm gonna have to send over somebody pretty soon. How's the mountain going over here? Slowly. Slowly. It's a big mountain, so it's gonna take a while. Alrighty. You know what? I'm gonna flip this one. Like that. Are you still in the right spot, or do you get a move? Oh, you're good. Or you were probably good. Move this over here. And I'm going to put these all over here on the sides. Everything but the hydrogen, but even the hydrogen, could put over here too if I did it. I could either have a space there. I could put a space in there. If I did this, back you up by one space. I can't see shit there because that stuff's so busy. Move this back here. But, how much you got? Oh, it's molten. Never mind. Wait, is it? No, it's a U-shape. Okay, either way. It's fine. U-shape conveyor 1 is perfectly fine. I could bring the hydrogen in also here. Oh yeah, totally like that. Like this, and we'll just do a around the bend here, like this. And into there. I can just put all the inputs here on the side. Inputs and outputs here on the side. Except for those two, obviously. So, hydrogen. Acid. Limestone. Well, I guess we should start putting down buckets. Fluid storage 2. Hydrogen. Acid. Limestone. Outputs here we have slag and iron crushed, which means we need to manage importing that upstairs where the iron is being smelted. And then we have a flat box for graphite input. And then over here we also have the aluminum out. Uh-oh, not enough maintenance 1. What's going on with maintenance 1? Electronics, copper? Did I really drain all my copper? This is draining all my copper. Okay, that's not good. Let's do that to start with, so we can keep a little bit of a buffer in here. We'll get there. It'll be fine. Okay, well, we're gonna need to expand our copper smelting then. Not what I was expecting to have happen, but then again, I didn't do any math. These guys are using 2496 108 was the number on that. And we're only making 96. That's why. Alright. That'll work out okay because the trucks will just take from there and these will get the surplus. Oopsie. That's what I get for not doing all the math. We can actually see that here. Where total consumption was well above total production. For a fair time here. Oops. Alright. As long as we can get some delivered in time here, we'll be okay. Only a little bit coming in. I could potentially do this. Steal from these for the moment. There you go. No, you went elsewhere. Crap. Put it here. Thank you. Alright, there we go. Just in the nick of time, too. It'll take them a minute to get down here. That's why I was like, eh. Is that you coming in? No. You're going to do the same thing, though. You're going to take it elsewhere. Right. You guys. Let's borrow back one of these excavators. And a couple of these trucks. Put them in here. Not there, but here. And then do N. And that much for now. Okay. That should be fine. Do this. Get rid of these. And expand the dirt dumping here. Still use some more dirt though. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Guys, I'm playing the Total War games. I don't like Grand Strategy. I used to try to play it, but I don't like it. Let's see. These guys are all going to the same place, so I should try to center them. These guys are all coming from the same place. I'm just going to smoosh them up against that, and that'll be all right. Yeah. This is the lift taking us back down again. Into there, I guess. Yeah, that actually works out okay. All right, so you will be slag. Output. You will be iron ore crushed. Output. You will be graphite. Input. You will be limestone. Input. You will be hydrogen. Input. And you can be acid. Input. Actually these move them over by 1. This I will leave alone. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Let's see. So, I'm gonna reset these pipes, I think. Oh, that one goes all the way there. Not gonna do that one. This goes into the top guy there. This goes like this, and then up. Down by 1. To there. And then this goes into there. You go like this. These were how much? 8 apiece, so that's 16. That's fine. Same. These are 4 apiece, so that's more than fine. Now let's go underneath. Right there. There. And then graphite. Keep you on the ground here. And then aluminum. Want a big guy here. Want this to be like this. A for aluminum. There we go. Wait a minute, we never looked at the scrap recipe. Is that in here? No. I didn't. Wait a minute. Where's the scrap recipe at? That's just a regular arc furnace recipe. Oh. Okay. Small tweak then. Arc furnace doesn't show up here, which is what confused me about it. Can we do it in the bigger arc furnace or just in the small one? The big one too. Is there an advantage there? Probably not, because we'd have to bring in water and steam. Let's just do the little one. We're not going to have that much scrap anyways. You've got an exhaust, so we'll want to deal with that. You've also got slag, so we'll have to deal with that. Oh, you don't have slag, because this is just scrap aluminum. Yeah. Okay. You need this, that's fine. Actually, that might not be the worst place to put it. But for the first time ever, I'm going to use a molten balancer. Something is off with your internet. You're downloading at 3 megabytes per second. That seems fast. Megabytes or megabits? Molten balancer. Go there, you go there, and then this one. Actually, I'm going to pull this up. I want to back this back to there. Do that. You'll come out like this. Go into there. That'll be a priority input. And then we'll just do an exhaust here, and I'll just do another one. I don't care. 3 exhaust. This runs at low power, which they all do. That's fine. This can go then this way. Means that I think I'm going to reroute this one that way. I know it's the same. Shut up. Just for reasons. Megabits per second. Okay. How much are you paying for? And then we need a input bucket for this scrap. There. You need more work to do. We can fix that in. I wanted them to have this little bit of space here, but I think now we can just do... Let's just do 2 at a time, I think. And then let's do a lift here for the aluminum scrap. U-shaped lift. Go there. Oh, no, not there. Over there. And you go there. Boom. And your Mark 1 belt. Back you go. This technically would eat 24, but we're not going to make 24 for a long time, so we'll leave it alone. That should work. We need this output, though, of course. You're making 24. Let's do that. Into there. All right, so this will work well enough. Eventually we'll have to add to it, but it'll work well enough. So now, in addition to this, we need to have a water extractor thingy here somewhere. This gets modules. This is loose modules. What do we do here? Mediums. Yeah, that's probably plenty for now. Always upgrade them later. But because these also cost half the parts, so... Doot. Make that so, please. Also, this... We could actually make this a hydrogen chip, too. And use the hydrogen we're bringing in here and just pipe it down. $350? Well, then you're doing perfect. So this whole thing, it's moved. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Put it back. I need to do a couple of buckets. I think for the aluminum, I just did the small ones. Yeah, just the short ones. Or sorry, the uranium. So let's just do that again because we can always upgrade them later. You need to be import from mine bauxite. V and paste those and loose storage 3s. There. There. Now I can do this. And that'll go in. Remember in the neighborhood of that. Bring this closer. I might bring this right up next to it. Well, no, I guess I can't. It's gotta go there. Actually, this needs to move again. I lied. Move it again. I want to put in a truck ramp here. That'll do. You need to build that, please. Because I think that'll do. U-shape balancer. Yeah, that'll do. You go there. Make this so. You need to be reconfigured for hydrogen, but I'm going to let you burn through the diesel you have, I guess. We need workers. Oh boy, we need workers. We need workers a couple times over. Let's do an improvement here and an improvement there. Let's just go ahead and Unity those. Don't care. And then we need to turn this beacon back on again for a bit. Let's see, we're bringing in how much? 72. Let's do a U-shape 2. Here. And here. This will be strictly even inputs. Make those so. And then this, again, cut for the 33rd time. And we'll put it... right there. You can go this way. Is that a 2? Yeah. And then seawater, we really only need 48. We really only need a pipe 1. And that'll just go straight up. There. Make those so. Make this whole damn thing so in just a minute. But I need workers first. Are you... Nope, not yet. We've done enough, I suppose, but... we need to go out to the world map. Is this the aluminum? Or the bauxite, rather? No. Where the hell was that at? Down here? Nope. Here? There we are. Start repairs. We need to have at least 72 coming in. Once those things get delivered here, we can send the ship off. All right, 20 already. Comes the last of them, I think. Nope, that's not you. You? Yeah, you. And then one more truck. 20 more. That must be you, because you're partially loaded. Here we go. Send it off. Get that guy going again. There's 79 workers, so we'll be able to fill those in pretty quickly. Start that up pretty quickly. We're not getting much in the way of iron out of here, but we're getting enough to keep maintenance going. Oh, while we're thinking about that, let's think about this. Shit. Let me do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this 1, 2, 3. And then one of these there. One of these there. Unity build those, please. We don't die here. And then I want to prioritize an input from another bucket. This can probably be a small one, or not small, but a level 2 one. To be honest, because it's not going to be that much coming in. Here. This will be crushed iron ore. Bring it in. And honestly, we don't even need that fast of a belt. I'll make it a 2 just for no good reason. We don't even need that fast because it's 8 per second. We'll priority input that, even though it really doesn't matter much because our refugees. It really doesn't matter much because it would pull roughly evenly from these 2 inputs anyways. I really probably didn't even need to do this. It would have been fine. Just this. That's okay. We did a better thing, and that's the important thing. You need some more stuff to do. A couple more for you. Are you done now? You are. Complete you. One on the end. I don't want it to go out as far as like this one did. That was an oops. Actually, that's too high. That's got to get leveled off. Oopsie. Yeah, definitely don't want that to happen. It's even possible that maybe I should do... Can I move this? Can't move them. You see, need to log into Star Trek Online sometime and see what has changed. I haven't even logged into that game since like the first month it came out, I think. I only played it for a tiny bit. These are gonna... Oh, this is probably done. Right? Yeah. You can delete that then. These are going to back up eventually, so we really don't even need all that copper once it's stabilized because we're not using that many of those yet. But it's still better here, and I actually should do this too on the glass, even though it won't matter as much for the glass, just to make sure we maintain a little bit of a balance in there. And we can even do the same here, like that, just to make sure we maintain a bit of a balance in there. Yeah, these are going to back up pretty soon. Did you do all of that? You did. Great. Great. Now, how's our worker situation? 201. Uh-oh. Need to turn off the beacon. And I brought in one group. We already filled up our population. Let's come out here to this. Fire this guy up. 72, that's perfect. So we don't need to upgrade it anymore. And you'll go and get bauxite as soon as I let you go and get bauxite, and there's enough there. There's exactly 24, 48, etc., etc. This will come in. Take care of that. Oh, I didn't do this. All right, we'll do that. So we can start building this up and see how far we can get. Do all these guys here. That one. See how far we can get before we run out of workers. Or parts. Trucks are in freak out mode again. Next bit here. Sand's whining about rock again. Stop whining. We also need to set up our recycling differently. Another one of these for aluminum. I should probably start compressing at least the iron and the copper to produce those at the highest rates. This was gold. Yeah, I could compress those and flat pack them, and then when we ship them up here, we have to unpack them now, which is why I haven't done it. We could. It would save us a third of our trucks, right? A third. Yeah. Might not be a bad idea. It cost us workers though, I think, because yeah, one worker a piece. Well, two workers a piece. One on the compression side, one on the decompression side, I think. Although, where do I even have a shredder? One worker there. Okay, yeah. So we could do that. I have a shredder on the wood. That's where I have a shredder. We can shred tree saplings into biomass. Not that we need more biomass, but if we did, I mean, we could, again, upgrade this. We will do at some point. Some point. Let's see, we still have plenty of workers left. We could probably build the rest of this thing. Still don't have any bauxite yet, though. You'll leave when there is 2,000? You'll be fine. You're just not processing it fast enough. We're going to have to upgrade the rest of these sorters to the level 2 sorters at some point. Probably. Install Lord of the Rings Online. Your launcher kept hanging and kept going in endless updating loops. Something is broken. I didn't know anybody was still playing that game. I played that one for about 5 minutes too. During my 11 years of WoW phase, when it came out, and yeah, I tried it. I didn't care for it enough to keep playing it, so I never did. But you know. $1,400 is on its way. Get there soon. Yeah, we're just outputting a lot of rock right now. I'm not surprised the trucks are overwhelmed. The updated concept with new DLCs. Yeah. A very much don't care situation, I think. Let's make 5 more haul. No. 5 more haul trucks. Hydrogen haul trucks. Here we go. And maybe we can move some of this rock. Oh, sand mine needs designations now. Just a shame you can't play it because their shit seems to be broken. Yeah, well. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Actually kind of fine because this is going to be mostly sand for a while, and that'll let the rock deplete. This is doing quite well over here too. We'll get down to that in no time here. Then after that, what the hell am I going to do? I could keep pushing this way with the rock dumping and get to this island, but this island contains what? Titanium and a little bit of sand. Don't care right now. We don't know how to use titanium yet. I could do this here up to a certain point. That point being there. Surprised you're not going to complain about this. I guess it's enough. So I have to be careful how far over I go. I can't hit this green area at all, or otherwise this ship stops working. But we could do a bit more of this. I'd have to be careful with this drainage pipe, though. Like, move it over here and dump it off of the end of the area here. Although I don't honestly know if we're even using this drain. We may not be. May not be. How are we doing? Almost there. Let's go get some bauxite. One more tick. There you go. Let's go ahead and prep this hydrogen pipe too. Although I should have snaked it under here. That would have been the smarter thing to do. Probably why I didn't do it. Do another ramp. Let's see. I want to have that filled in if I'm going to do that. Yeah. Could also make this ramp bigger. Get more ramps. Do like that. Good, you can replace them too. I could do that. And actually tweak this then too. We're still using it. Uh-huh. Logic. Alright, just Unity that. I'm going to use this stuff again here in just a second. So, do that. And just Unity that. Then we'll bring this guy, which now isn't ideal. Nope, not ideal. Here, down and in. And then go from there to here, to here, there, to here, to there. Yeah, we'll go along the side of this and then into there. Alright. And then we can make that so. The slow way. That'll be fine. We have the bauxite. So you should unload all that. You should have enough gas to get you back and forth again one more time. And then we'll have to switch you out to be a hydrogen ship so that you can fuel off of the hydrogen we've got. And yes, I could have just added another tank of hydrogen down here. It made my life easier. But it's not about easy. About fun. You crush every 40 seconds, which is why this is all skiwampus, because that needs it every 30. This is going to have to get kind of balanced out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so we're turning the red mud here into iron and slag. Good. Those are set to pick up. These are all working, of course. This is working. And this is set to output as well. No, input as well. So those things are getting used. This is getting... Oh, I just built it. Right, it was not built yet. That's getting its things there. It's going in here. This is making every 30 seconds. This is needing every 40 seconds. Once again, the timing is screwy. But that's fine. And then we have molten coming out, and we prioritize the input on this, so we're recycling the scrap when we can. And then this makes the 20 seconds on you, 40 seconds on you. So you'll process twice and be perfectly lined up there. Good. We have aluminum. You need more help. So you go like this, there. And let's just turn this off. Reverse that. Break that, reverse it. I'm gonna put 2 big trucks on this job. We've done before. You, and you, little guy there. And also all of this belt can go away. You'll finish your job. You guys go. Go get gas, probably? Yeah. And then we'll put a new one of these down. Over... here. Minus that and this. Wherever those trucks are coming from, there's one of them now. There's the other one coming now. They'll grab that rock and they'll just keep dumping it here. Okay, so we have aluminum being made. So next time, let's see, we got that all done. Let's actually do this. Get rid of that too. That is here, aluminum smelting. So now we can do this next step, which is to turn the aluminum in steel and plastic into composite panels. We also, of course, need to then take those composite panels and make them into composite cores and station parts. We need to check our solar cell production and probably tweak it. And then we'll also need to make some chemical fuel with some more of that aluminum, fuel gas, and ammonia. So we will have to siphon our fuel gas off of our oil builds, But that won't be a big deal because we already have the fuel gas here going this far. So we'll just put another tank down over here to store it, and we'll just split off of that, and it'll be fine. This is priority out. Yeah, it's priority out. So yeah, that's fine too. Because otherwise, everything else is going out into turning it into hydrogen. So once we get the buffers built up, and we'll do both of them. We won't need them both, but we'll do both of them anyway. That way we have it ready to go. And then we can make those things here someplace. In the meantime, we'll have aluminum building up. I can finish up this job and expand it out some more. I think I should maybe fill this in. Maybe. Or I could focus them more on doing this. We're just about at a good spot where we can start crossing this way. So we could do that too. And get access to these resources that are here, which is iron, crude oil, coal. There's titanium here too, which we'll get later, obviously. A little bit of copper there. And this is actually limestone, not sand. Limestone. Interestingly, this starting island here, which is your the easiest start, has no sand, which is kind of weird. But that means you can't make glass and silicon until you get onto the mainland. So you kind of have to build a bridge right away to get to that beach there, in order to, or this beach over here, in order to get any sand, which is kind of weird, but that's the easy start. So I don't know why that's the easy start, but whatever. Clocks do turn back tonight, which is why I went a little longer, but we're at a good spot that I don't think I want to do more tonight. So we'll leave this here, and we'll make some more progress next time. You, my friend, are doing really good. And that means we can ease up on the copper here pretty soon. Which would be nice too. That'll back up even better. I'll let this keep digging out this mountain. I will let this keep filling this in. Figure out what we're going to do with that excess rock. Maybe I will fill this in here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what I decide. And because we kind of have this one focusing on this. So maybe we focus the other one on the other. Oh, don't bring these trucks down here. Oopsie. We'll find another job. But we'll leave this here for now. We made a lot of progress tonight. Expanding that electronics took a while. Aluminum, of course. Plus data center. Data center, of course. So next time we should be able to get through these next bits here for the space station. We'll probably do the research lab setup while this is design, at least while this is getting ready to go, having a space station, and then we can figure out how to make this. Oh, we need to go do medical supplies too. Okay, we got plenty to do next time. So for now, let's find ourselves a raid target and get out of here. Let's see who is live tonight. Mr. Taco's live playing Satisfactory. Speak of the devil, and also Mr. Taco. Oh no, he just went off. Oh, he's not live. All right, well, let's raid Dragonheart then, playing The Witcher 3. And no, he's playing Satisfactory. No. He's showing his... I don't know what's going on. No. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He's doing something. He's playing... He says he's playing The Witcher 3. So let's stick around for that. Raid him and see what he's up to there. In the meantime, also, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, because if you aren't following me over there, you're missing like half my content. And then come and join us in Discord. We have... if we hang out, we talk about games and technology, share memes, and we have a couple of community game servers going, Eco and Factorio. Factorio pretty much all the time. Eco is off and on, depending on how we feel about, running a server. And then we also have community game nights on Friday night, so come and check that out as well. Tomorrow night is Sunday Shenanigans. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I don't know if we'll make up for last week's lack of kind of completing Don't Starve Together, or if we'll play something different. I'll have to talk to the gang and see what they want to do. And then we'll next week we'll play more Captain of Industry Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So thank you all for coming tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you all again next time. Bye for now.